As they say, all good things must come to an end, and so does our amazing journey across Istria. Over the past few days, we've explored some of the most beautiful places this region has to offer. We wandered through the romantic streets of Rovinj, discovered the history of Porridge, explored Brijuni National Park, ventured deep into Pazin Cave, visited the hilltop town of Motovun, relaxed in Medulin, and explored the ancient city of Pula. And of course, this is also where we experienced one of the most unforgettable days of our lives, our wedding. Even though we've already left Istria behind and passed Ljubljana just a little while ago, we're not heading home just yet. There's one more stop we simply couldn't skip. But first, it's time for a proper Balkan feast. We're stopping at Jarsin, Leskovački Jar. Don't let the location fool you. Even though we're in Slovenia, this isn't traditional Slovenian cuisine. The restaurant specializes in authentic Balkan dishes, and even the owner is originally from Serbia. Just like at most of the restaurants we've visited on this trip, there's absolutely no chance we're leaving hungry. Dinner for 5 costs us just a little over 100 euros, and for the very first time on this trip, we finally get to enjoy a cup of authentic Turkish coffee. So, if you ever find yourself near Bled, and you're looking for a great place to eat, this is definitely one we'd happily recommend. But now, it's finally time to visit one of the most breathtaking places in all of Slovenia, Lake Bled. Lake Bled has a completely different atmosphere depending on the time of year you visit. For us, it's a bit like Plitvice Lakes. We keep coming back in different seasons, and every single visit feels like a brand new experience. In winter, the whole area transforms into a real-life fairy tale. Once the ski season comes to an end, spring becomes the perfect time to explore the Julian Alps and Triglav National Park. This is also home to Mount Triglav, Slovenia's highest peak, standing at 2,864 meters. It's the country's national symbol and even appears on the Slovenian flag. Just a short drive from Bled, you'll also find some of Slovenia's most spectacular natural attractions, including Vintgar Gorge, Perichnik Waterfall, and Boka Waterfall, the country's most powerful waterfall, with a drop of more than 100 meters. Summer offers a completely different experience. You can even go for a swim right here in Lake Bled. Just keep in mind that the lake is part of a protected area, so swimming is only allowed in designated spots. Let's start with our first tip, parking. We're leaving our car at the parking lot right next to Straža Bled. During the peak season, finding a free parking spot anywhere around the lake can be surprisingly difficult. The great thing about this parking lot is that you're only a few minutes walk from the lake, and it's also right next to one of Bled's most popular attractions, the Summer Toboggan Run. So, why not give it a try? Let's go for a ride. A single ride for an adult costs 15 euros, 2 rides are 25 euros, and 3 rides cost 35 euros. We have to admit, it's a lot of fun. That said, at higher speeds, we didn't feel quite as confident as we did on the Alpine coaster at Dolní Morava in the Czech Republic. On the bright side, you're in complete control of your speed, so it's an attraction that everyone can enjoy, whether you're visiting with kids or looking for a bit of adrenaline. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride down the hill with us. Now that we're back at the lake, it's time to visit Bled's most iconic landmark, the only natural island in Slovenia, with its beautiful church right in the middle of the lake. And here's our second tip. When it's just the two of us, we usually take the traditional Pletna boat. At 20 euros per person, it's still reasonably priced, and the whole trip takes about 2 hours, giving you plenty of time to enjoy the island. But if you're traveling as a group of 4 or more, the cost starts to add up pretty quickly. That's why we'd recommend renting your own rowing boat instead. One of the best places to do that is Charman House. Their boat rental is closer to the island than the main Pletna dock, which means you'll spend less time rowing and more time exploring the island itself. Renting a boat costs 25 euros per hour. If you keep a steady pace, you'll have more than enough time to row across, explore the island, and make it back within that hour. And if all the boats happen to be rented out, don't worry. Grab a seat by the lake and treat yourself to one of Slovenia's most famous desserts, the legendary Bled cream cake, or kremšnita. It's one of those local specialties you simply have to try while you're here. During the summer months, the water in Lake Bled reaches a pleasant temperature of around 22 to 24 degrees Celsius, making it perfect for a refreshing swim. After a few minutes of rowing, we finally arrive at Bled's most famous landmark, the Church of the Assumption of the Virgin Mary, located on the island in the middle of the lake. To reach the church, you'll need to climb 99 stone steps. According to local tradition, a groom should carry his bride all the way to the top on their wedding day. Legend says this will bring the couple a long and happy marriage. Admission costs 12 euros for adults and includes access to the church, the bell tower, and the small museum. The island's biggest attraction is the famous wishing bell. Legend tells the story of a wealthy widow who commissioned a bell in memory of her murdered husband. The boat carrying the bell was caught in a storm and sank to the bottom of the lake. Years later, the Pope donated a new bell, and ever since, people have believed that if you ring it while making a sincere wish, your wish may come true. Besides the church, you can climb the bell tower for stunning views, visit the small museum, or try potica, one of Slovenia's most traditional desserts. After about half an hour on the island, it's time to head back to the mainland. You might expect our next stop to be Bled Castle, but we've already visited it several times. While the panoramic views over the lake are absolutely worth it, the exhibitions inside aren't as extensive as those at Miramar Castle, which we visited earlier today. And with that, it's time to begin our journey back to the Czech Republic. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible adventure through Istria and Slovenia. If you enjoyed this series, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Your support helps us create more travel adventures like this. But we're not done yet. We're already working on our Mallorca series, and before the end of the summer, we'll also take you to Malta, Skopje, and the beautiful Great Lakes of Michigan. Until the next adventure.